I have no aspirations to become the next Bergman, nor am I content with the prospect of domestic life alone. Lately, my husband's been spouting some absurdities. Out of the blue, he's been commandeering my possessions. What's the deal? I insist that he leaves the house until he's ready to apologize. Oh, by the way, my name is Emily. I'm a 27-year-old who thrives in the bustle of office life. I've snagged a role at a dream cosmetic company, pouring my passion into every workday. That zeal paid off. I basked in my boss's praise and clinched a promotion. At my age, my paycheck's quite the envy. I'm blissfully wed to Mark, my equal in years but not in earnings. It's a trivial matter to me, but it seems to gnaw at men. Mark dodges the topic, yet it hangs over us, unspoken, whenever work comes up. He's dedicated, sure, but he's often caught in the shadow of our income gap, lamenting, "My job's nothing special." I tread lightly around my career at home, but I must admit, Mark's a wizard with chores, our home's spotless and dinner's always a delight. We've got this communication dance down pat, which, I thought, made us a solid team. Turns out, I might have been solo in that thought. One queasy morning turned into a hospital visit and the bombshell news: I was pregnant. I couldn't wait to share it with Mark. His elation was infectious. As I dreamt of our future cozy home, I decided to step back early from work, 6 weeks before the due date. That's when I noticed the change in Mark. Arriving home, there he was again, lounging on the couch. "Enjoying your leisure, I see?" he quipped, as I stood there, taken aback by his new hobby of provocation. At first, I chalked up his aloofness to work stress. His warmth toward me cooled gradually. "Could you update me on dinner?" I asked. He replied with an apology, citing his exhaustion and opting for store-bought appetizers. "What's this? A gourmet convenience for your weary husband?" he snapped, his mood turning on a dime. His outburst was startling, leaving me too drained and dispirited to argue. On my worst days, sickness overwhelms me, making even the scent of food repulsive. I messaged him, explaining my plight and suggesting he cook or eat out. He read my text in silence. I decided it was fine and sought refuge in sleep, cocooning myself in the comfort of our bed. I awoke later to a lit living room and a chorus of voices. My husband had company, co-workers, laughing and chatting away. "Look who's up, the princess herself," one quipped. I mustered a smile, excused myself, and pulled my husband aside. "What's gotten into you? Why bring guests so late without warning?" I asked. "I'm free to do as I like," he retorted. "We ran out of drinks, so I figured, why not here? To clarify, I'm pregnant, and what of it? I wasn't asking for heroics, just some consideration for my peace of mind." "What's wrong?" he jeered. "A bit too much excitement for you?" If he'd savored a home-cooked meal, he wouldn't have needed this impromptu gathering. "So, you're responsible for this precious cargo?" he joked. His logic was baffling. If you're so lively, why not cook and charm everyone? But no, I couldn't. I was unwell, and his self-absorption was clear. "You're sucking the joy out of everything," I said, exhausted. "Please, go back to your party and let me rest." He left, and my frustration boiled over. I decided to retreat to my parents' home. I spoke with my obstetrician about a home birth, and as luck would have it, she knew someone near my parents. She quickly arranged a referral. I left a note for my husband. I was leaving to prepare for our child's arrival. He called and texted. I ignored them all. A week later, he sent an apologetic message: "Come home and rest before the baby comes." I wasn't ready to forgive, but his remorse was a bomb. So, I took my respite at my parents', where my health improved, I was no longer nauseous, and my appetite returned. The arrival of our beautiful baby girl was a blessing, and my parents were overjoyed at the birth of their granddaughter. My husband, too, showed up at the hospital, his happiness palpable as he held our daughter for the first time. He expressed concern for my health and seemed to revert to his caring self. After 2 weeks with my parents postpartum, I returned to our home. Initially, my husband was a doting father, eagerly feeding our daughter and taking on diaper changes and baths with enthusiasm. His support was a huge relief, and it seemed we were back on track to a harmonious life together. However, about 2 months after our daughter's birth, As she began to wake more frequently at night, the strain began to show. The lack of sleep heightened my husband's stress, and his willingness to help with our daughter waned. He started sleeping on the couch, leaving me to care for our daughter alone, and his work hours extended late into the evening. My trust began to waver as I noticed these changes. When I confronted him about his diminishing role in parenting, he seemed overwhelmed and blurted out a statement that took me aback. "Who do you think provides for you? Who allows you to live comfortably without working? It's all because of me. You should be more grateful to your husband." His words left me confused and hurt. What was he trying to say? It seems that under the pressure of sleepless nights and the responsibilities of parenthood, my husband is expressing a sense of financial burden and perhaps a desire for acknowledgement or appreciation. This could be a manifestation of his earlier insecurities about our income disparity, now compounded by the added expenses and duties that come with a new baby. It's important to address these issues openly and to work toward a mutual understanding and support system in our family dynamic. I acknowledged his initial efforts in parenting our daughter, but something had shifted. His indifference became apparent when he'd simply note, "She's crying," as if it were a minor inconvenience. When I addressed this, he demanded respect as the boss of the house, claiming his role as the breadwinner meant I should show gratitude and deference. His words were confusing and hurtful. His behavior escalated. He began to claim ownership over my possessions and, in a baffling move, try to force me out of our home. He packed my clothes into a bag, expecting me to leave. So, I took charge, packing my things properly and taking our daughter into my arms. He threw my bags out and locked the door, telling me to take time away. I went back to my parents and, with my daughter safe with my mother, I collected divorce papers from the city office. The next day, I returned to confront him. He assumed I couldn't leave him, that I'd realized my mistake and expected an apology from me. Ignoring his smugness, I pulled out the divorce papers. His smile faded as he realized the seriousness of the situation. He had claimed to apologize for his harsh words, but the papers in my hand spoke louder than his empty words. It was a clear statement: I wouldn't tolerate disrespect and was prepared to take action to protect myself and our daughter. I owe no apologies, I've done nothing wrong. Our marriage, it's reached its end. Clearly unsettled, my husband cast doubts on my resolve. Then he spoke words that bordered on the absurd. "Single motherhood is tough, isn't it? You're out of work, how will you support your daughter?" His confusion was palpable. "I haven't been rambling, I'm still employed." "What are you talking about?" "I've been on maternity leave, not idle at home." He had it in his head, the mistaken belief that I'd quit due to pregnancy. Who claimed I quit? I'm on maternity leave, focusing on our child. His assumptions about women leaving work post-childbirth were clear. "Oh, I see. You thought I'd become a homemaker?" His face drained of color, a man once proud and unyielding. In our working days, my earnings surpassed his, which always seemed to sting. He'd leapt to conclusions, not once pondering I might be on leave. His attitude was unbearable. In marriage, equality is non-negotiable. "I'm done being demeaned over your insecurities," I told him, indifferent to our income disparity. At last, he saw the weight of his mistake, begging, "Can't we reconcile?" But realization came too late. I asked for the divorce papers, then left. Lawyers were consulted, and the divorce finalized. His verbal abuses, I documented, evidence that secured alimony. Now, with the papers signed, we've parted ways, a chapter closed, and a new narrative begins for my daughter and me. Moreover, my ex-husband found himself unable to afford our apartment's rent on his salary alone and opted to move somewhere more budget-friendly. Interestingly, when he had previously brought colleagues home, they had no inkling of my pregnancy. Their eyes would widen at the sight of my rounded belly, surprise etched on their faces. In the wake of our divorce, murmurs about his marital status began to ripple through the company. Embarrassment clung to my ex-husband, a sentiment he admitted feeling deserving of. Meanwhile, I embraced maternity leave before seamlessly transitioning back to work. Now, I'm staying with my parents, whose support has been invaluable as we nurture my daughter together. The dissolution of my marriage hasn't dimmed my spirits, rather, I've found profound joy in my career and in the happiness that lights up my daughter's face. My dedication to my profession is unwavering, and I look forward with zeal to every milestone in my daughter's life.